I've collected music for as long as I can remember. I'm not a music snob. My tastes are eclectic and they encompass many genres. I'm not ashamed to say that sometimes my taste in music can range from the sublime to the ridiculous and anywhere in between. As a music lover, I buy loads and loads of music books, including books like these. List books, you know, they tell you the top 10 lists of music, or things like 1001 songs that you should hear before you die, and Radio 6's alternative jukebox. Lots of books like that, and they all have a habit that I really hate. And what I hate about them is that they never really give us a good reason of why we should listen to them and why these songs should be so good. For example, they'll tell us who produced it. They'll tell us that the saxophone player on such and such a record was this and that and that. And to me, it's just blah, 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 blah. Because I'm a great believer in what they should be telling you is what that record does for them, how it makes them feel. Does it make them cry? Does it give them a lump in the throat when they hear it? Or does it bring a smile on their face and make them happy? Does it make them want to get up and dance? They're the sorts of reasons they should be put on lists. They're the reasons why people should add them to their top 10, not because they're so brilliantly played, because at the end of the day, music is about a feeling. And I've got to be honest, I've loved music all my life. I've collected records for as long as I can remember. By the time I was 11, I already had 1,000 records in my record collection. Over the years, I've had reel-to-reel tapes, I've had cassettes, I've had mini discs, I've had CDs. These days, I'm collecting MP3s. From being a collector, I became a DJ. And at the age of 49, after wanting to do it for years, I finally became a radio presenter whose shows were syndicated around the world. And in the end, my shows were listened to in over 95 countries and territories around the world. And then a few years ago, a friend of mine on Facebook started a little group in which they did a countdown of their favourite 1,000 records. And I joined the group and I got really taken in by it. And I was thinking to myself, what would be in my 1,000? Many years ago, in 2005 I think it was, I'd compiled my favourite 100 records. And I'd wondered, what would be in my 1,000? And so I decided to have a go myself. On Facebook, I already had a group of mine called The Music of My Life, where I'd play records on there and tell the stories behind why they were important to me. And so I thought I'd use that group just to put these records in. And I mentioned it on my normal timeline that I was going to do this, and lots of people joined it. And so over a period of about 18 months, I sorted out my 1,000 records and I posted them with links to the records on YouTube so that they could hear what the songs that I liked were. From there, people quite like that, so I went on and I did a 250 of my favourite albums countdown as well. And from there, I did 100 compilations that I loved as well. And I finished that about, 2 weeks ago perhaps. And I asked them if they wanted for me to do more, and they said yes. So what I decided to do was a countdown of my favourite songs from 2000 to 1001. So they would be the ones just behind the 1,000 I did before, obviously. Now, because I didn't want to spend a long time putting them into an order of my favourites, this list is just basically random. And last week I started posting them on the site. And the one thing that I always do when I'm writing about the record is try and tell you why I like it, why it's made it into my chart or my countdown or whatever. And I suppose what this is an invitation for you to come along and have a listen, see if you like the songs that I like, leave a few comments, let me know if you thought it was rubbish like a lot of people do. But you can't be the music police when you're listening to my choices, because otherwise you're not going to like very many of them at all. If you do want to join me, I'll leave a link down in the comments for you to join the group. If you do, have a look round it, check out the featured part of the group. It's at the top of the page. It tells you all the songs that have been featured so far and the different albums that I've liked as well. Come along, you'll have fun. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, hit that like button, and if you want to subscribe because you've only just met me and you think this might be interesting, hit that button too. And I'll see you next time. If you go up there, there'll be another video for you to watch. See ya.